Practice makes perfect, right? Well, as a little fun fact, I decided to spend the rest of 2025 and the beginning of 2026 with getting back into content creation. And truth be told, I have no idea how to do this. But the one thing I do know is I want to take you along with me on the journey, and I guess two things. And I want to share with you how I got here, step by step. As such, I just made a video on the Brands Tech YouTube channel, and I want to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes of just the last 24 hours, not even, of prepping for this. This includes the prep last night, or I should say this morning, and then some of the outtakes of trying to film this video. I hope you have fun with this. Think about your favorite television show. Do you remember your favorite comedy? Think about your favorite television show. Do you remember your favorite characters, scenes, and locations? Perhaps that was a situational comedy, or drama, or was it a soap opera? You put a tremendous amount of dedication into it and watched every episode, kept up to date with the latest happenings. At what point did you lose that original spark or interest you had with the show? Was there something or someone in your life that held that kind of interest to you? What would be your reaction if that favorite show were to return? How does it feel revisiting that time? Hi, I'm Brandon. Hi, I'm Brandon. I created Brands Tech in 2016, and for me, I had that dynamic with technology and content creation. I want to welcome you to Reconnecting, Brands Tech Podcast. In this initial episode, I want to welcome you to Reconnecting, a Brands Tech Podcast. In this initial episode, Brands Tech Pilot series premiere, if you will, I'll walk you through the history of Brands Tech, a little bit about me. Think about your favorite television show. Do you remember your favorite characters, scenes, and locations? Perhaps it was a situational comedy or drama. Or was it a soap opera? You put a tremendous amount of dedication into it, and you watched every episode. You kept up to date with the latest happenings. But at what point did you lose that original spark or interest you had with the show? Was there something or someone in your life that held that kind of interest to you? What would be your reaction if that favorite show were to return? How does it feel revisiting that time? Hi, I'm Brandon, and I created Brands Tech in 2016. And for me, that time to revisit would be technology and content creation. I want to welcome you to Reconnecting, a Brands Tech Podcast. In this initial episode, or perhaps a pilot or series premiere, if you will, I'll walk you through the history of Brands Tech, a little bit about me, and the new adventure I will embark on with you. Let's get to it. So to go through the history of Brands Tech, I think it's best to showcase the growth of my content creation. Start with this thought. Pick up a camera and press record. It was that simple to start. Pick up a camera and press record, and innovation is what you make it. It was that simple to start online. Alright, I'm about to get into this recording. I have the whiteboard here, my phone, the little marquee thing, my master's thesis. Now, the in-person podcasting stuff. I've not pulled it out since Icon back in October. Hope that everything still works. Oops. Alright. So this will go in here. And this we'll plug into here. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing. 1, 2. Wow. Welcome to the Brainstat Podcast. A Brainstat Podcast. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's loud. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. To a Brainstat Podcast. So today we are excited to welcome 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have you ever had a TV show that you really enjoyed, but at some point in time you just couldn't grasp it anymore? You knew every episode, every title, every plot that was going on. You knew everything there was to know about the show. It may have been a situational comedy, a drama, maybe even a soap opera. But what was it that got you disconnected from it? Okay, we're starting over. Okay, I think I'm in the groove now. Okay. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do something a little bit different here. So let me ask you a question. Do you have a favorite TV show you absolutely love? You knew the name of each title, each character. If you heard just a snippet of it, I could tell you what episode it is. I'm just going to start over. So the whole podcast equipment just fell over. Testing. Oh, I pulled the mic out too. Welcome to the Tansen Talk Show. I'm Brandon, and I'm excited to be here. So I want to welcome you to the Tansen Talk Show. I'm excited to have you. Have you ever had a favorite TV show you just absolutely loved? But at what point... Okay. Have you ever had a favorite TV show you absolutely loved? You knew every episode, every character, and you knew exactly what your favorite episodes were. Whether it was a situational comedy, a drama, or maybe even a soap opera. You knew the show inside and out. I'm not going to ask you what your favorite character was. I'm not going to ask you what really drew you into the show. Here's what I instead want to ask. What actually happened that somewhat turned you off of it? I'm not saying that you're not fully a fan, but at what point did you realize, I'm kind of tired of this? Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you to Connecting, a Brand Stack podcast. I'm excited to have you. I messed it up. Okay, we're starting in 3, 2, 1. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's cue it. Have you ever had a favorite show that you absolutely loved? You knew every episode, every character. If I could... 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have a question for you. If I asked you to come up with your favorite show, what would you say? 1. Picture your favorite television show. Think about it for a second. Do you know who your favorite characters are? What your favorite scene is? Think about it. Now, let me ask you a question. No, the question isn't going to be what your favorite scene is or your favorite character. It's not even going to be what your favorite year or season was. My question for you is, what pushed you away from the show? Yes, you heard me right. Hi, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you to Reconnecting, a Brand Stack podcast. I'm excited to speak with you. So, this is a special project that I've been thinking about for weeks now, and I think it's about time I finally shared that with you. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and put the microphone away from my hand so that way you can hopefully hear me the most clear, or maybe not, I'm not sure. For those who don't know me, I started Brand Stack back in May of 2016. It has been something I've loved doing, and it is a personal favorite project of mine. Nope, starting over. Okay, we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let me ask you a question. Visualize this. What is your favorite TV show? This is a show that you can name your favorite character, perhaps your favorite scene, and maybe even your favorite behind the scenes moment. Think about it. Now, I could ask you a lot of questions. Maybe they're ones like the ones I just mentioned. Maybe you have a favorite plot, a favorite location. But that's not what I'm going to ask you. What I'm instead going to ask, what drew you away from the show? Maybe it was temporary, maybe it was permanent. Maybe it had nothing to do with the show, but instead about you. Whatever the case may be, I want you to think about this scenario. Now, what if I told you that show were to come back? Would you watch? Would you be supportive? Is there someone in your life that makes you think about? A certain scenario, maybe. Hi, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you to Reconnecting, a Brand Stack podcast. I'm excited to have you. So for me, that relationship is with me, content creation and technology. Let's dive right into it. Now, as a first order of business, I'm going to put the microphone aside so you can have the most clear audio possible. Okay. So this is the series premiere of a Brandstack podcast. Or the pilot, if you will. So this is a series premiere of a Brandstack podcast, or the pilot, if you will. And I want to spend this episode speaking first about what Brandstack is, a little bit about me, and share a little bit about my vision as to what's to come. Let's go ahead and get started. In May of 2016, that's when I uploaded my very first video to Brandstack. And this is a brand where I really wanted a chance to share reviews, how-tos, and news for you in relation to technology. I feel, at least in my opinion, that the 2015-16 time is when technology was the most fun. You could review phones, you could unbox things. That was the opportunity where dreams could happen. And with that being said, you may be wondering, did I want to take part of that? Well, sort of. But with my own thought and twist to it. For me, I just wanted to do this because I want to help out others. That's always been the mission. That always will be the mission. The more I got into it, the more I wanted to create, the more I wanted to share my journey with you. That was always, I think, the most fun part of this whole process. So from May of 2016 to the end of 2019, I largely focused my content on technology. I had a lot of fun series at that time, ranging from throwback technology to Consumer Report style discussions, to just sharing my interest. I really did just about everything I've ever wanted to do. And I grew from not just YouTube, but also to blogging, to podcasting, and even IGTV back when that was a thing, Instagram TV. Remember that? Video clip, audio text. That's the way I remember it. I had video clips on IGTV, full videos on YouTube, audio podcasts, and text blogs. Truly a little bit of everything. I wanted to explore it all and do it all. But it was in 2020, I started pivoting a little bit to podcasting. This wasn't a instantaneous transition by any means, but it was a worthwhile one for sure. Transition to podcasting went... Okay, I'm not feeling this. Alright, this is Brandstack, take 3. Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I'm so excited to welcome you back to Brandstack. I hope you're doing well. I'm starting a little project, and I'm just simply calling this a Brandstack podcast. This is a series premiere pilot, and I'm titling it Reconnecting. I think this is the most fitting title for this episode, and I'm excited to dive right into it. So first things first, if you're new here, I'm Brandon, and I started the Brandstack brand back in May of 2016. May 1st was the day of the first video that came out. I was doing a sort of hands-on, quick glimpse with the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge back when it was in the store. And here I am today, and I'm excited to pick back up where I left off. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Brands Tech, Take Free. Welcome, friends, to Brands Tech. I hope you're doing well. I'm Brandon, and I'm so excited to chat with you. So this is a new project I'm titling 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is Brands Tech, Take Free. Welcome, friends, to the Brands Tech podcast. I hope you're doing well. Oh gosh, now I messed that up. Okay, repeating. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Brands Tech, Take Free. Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm excited to welcome you here to this episode. This episode's titled Reconnecting, and it's a Brands Tech podcast. I'm so excited for us to dive in, but first I want to share a little bit about me, this brand, and what I have in store. So for starters, I'm Brandon. I have a master's degree in lifespan and digital communication. I've been doing content creation for 9.5 years, starting right here on YouTube. I got into YouTube and content creation because I wanted to help out others in any way that I can. And at the time of starting this brand, I was a 8th grader and wanting to do anything and everything when it comes to research and STEM. Reviews, how-tos, and news for you, that's what I did, and I absolutely loved doing it. That is, until I didn't. You see, when I started doing YouTube, it was a fun avenue to get into content creation, to do something of my own, to have fun. But after a while, it wasn't that fun. With all the editing I had to put in, not to mention high school homework, the ability to constantly put out videos was not the priority. In fact, it took a lot of effort to maintain Brands Tech as much as I did, but I think one thing's for certain, I so love the community aspect of it. I love being able to open up fun boxes, to share my enjoyment and excitement with you. That was something I always loved, and even to the present day, I still miss. In 2020, I transitioned over to podcasting, and I never thought of it as a new way to do content creation as opposed to YouTube, but rather as a new opportunity to connect with people, to have true conversations, even online. I believe that there truly is a power in storytelling, and I'm on a mission to bring people together. Over the course of 2020 to 2022, I devoted myself to podcasting, and at first it was just a discussion a month with a guest, in addition to my mini solo episodes. But over time, it became weekly. I was putting out weekly episodes with guests, and I so loved doing it. It was such a true joy, and in fact, when I initially went into it, I ended up making a second podcast as well for my personal self, in addition to the Brands Tech podcast that I hosted from 2020 to 2022. But in December of that year, I had my final episode of the Brands Tech podcast titled New Beginnings. At that point, I decided to actually merge my personal and my tech-based podcast together and make a brand new show that I began in February 2023 and still ongoing, titled Tansen Talks. Feel free to check it out on YouTube and anywhere you can find podcasts. That being said, though, I'd still missed what I was able to do with my initial YouTube channel. Being able to do Throwback Thursdays, unboxings, being able to share a little bit about my research. In the present day, I have a master's degree in lifespan and digital communication. I've written a thesis for
Yes.
One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is Brands Tech, take 3. Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you back to Brands Tech. I hope you're doing well. This is an episode I have titled Reconnecting, and it's a Brands Tech podcast. You may be wondering, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, this is Brands Tech, take 3. Alright, this is Brands Tech, take 3. Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you to Reconnecting. Connecting. Isn't that what you do with an old friend? Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you back to Brands Tech. I hope you're doing well. Brands Tech, take 3 if you will. 2, 1. The wait is finally over. Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you back to Brands Tech. Brands Tech, take 3. I hope you're doing well. This is an episode I'm titled Reconnecting, and it's a Brands Tech podcast. This is my newest project where I want to be able to bring back what I loved about content creation, but doing it in a different way. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brandon, and I have a master's degree in lifespan in digital communication, and I started Brands Tech in 2016 with the goal of helping others with technology, whether it be with reviews, how-tos, or news with you. From 2016 to 19, I focused right here on YouTube, and I did Throwback Thursdays, Consumer Report reviews, rental card discussions, whatever the case may be. Oh gosh. Okay, just one more time. Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you back to Brands Tech. This is our third iteration of Brands Tech, and I just wanted to take a moment to welcome you to it. So, for those of you who don't know, one more time. 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you top off doing what you always wanted to do? That's an impossible task, but that's a task I think I'm the most qualified to take on. Hi friends, this is Brandon, and I want to welcome you back to Brands Tech. Brands Tech, take 3 if you will. I'm excited to have you. So, for those of you who can remember and have been following me along this journey, so from 2016 to 19, I hosted Brands Tech as a YouTube channel right here. I did Throwback Thursdays, unboxings, everything you can name it, I did it. Hi friends, I'm Brandon. I'm diving back into content creation and resurrecting Brands Tech. This is a project I'm so excited for that I don't even know how to begin. You would not believe how many takes I've done thus far on this video. Hi friends, I'm Brandon, and I want to welcome you to a Brands Tech podcast. I'm excited to have you. This is our first episode, and I'm titling it Reconnecting, and I just want to take a short minute or so to just chat. So, for those of you who don't know me, I started the Brands Tech brand back in May of 2016. The goal is and always will be to help out others in any way that I can. At the time, as a technology enthusiast, I wanted to use my platform to share reviews, how-tos, and news for you, everything pertaining to technology, because, innovation is what you make it. That was something I was really passionate in throughout my late middle school to high school days, and it was so fun being able to dive into content creation for the first time and truly expand my horizons and build a community that even to this day I don't even know how to replicate. Starting Brands Tech way back when has become a gateway to so many of parts of my life that I work on now. For those of you who don't know, I now actually have my master's degree in lifespan and digital communication. This is my thesis I am holding in my hand. And It all started from doing Brands Tech, from chatting with you about everything from the new phones coming out and the changes that they had to the unboxings of so many technology innovations that had come out and new products. Everything truly started here. I said 2016 to 19. That's what I was doing here on YouTube. And then in 2020, transitioning to podcasting, that became my new way of communicating. Podcasting didn't just become me, it is me. 2020 to 2022, I was here on the Brands Tech podcast speaking about so many different topics, first by myself and then with guests. The part with guests is what I loved, being able to chat with others, get to hear their personal stories, and at the time how technology influenced their lives to get them where they are now. That's something that meant an absolute lot to me, and so it was so bittersweet bringing the Brands Tech podcast to a close in December of 2022 with the episode New Beginnings. I mean, can you imagine that? I started off content creation in Brands Tech, speaking about the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and ending with a podcast discussion about starting the next chapter in your life. Really poetic, isn't it? Well, just 16 days or so after that, I made a video saying new content was going to come soon in 2023. Remember that time? It's almost as distant as 2020 and 2021. In fact, today, as of recording this, on December 17th, 2025, this makes 3 years since I finished my undergraduate degree. And 5.5 years since I finished high school. 8.5 if you want to include middle school. That's a lot in such a short period of time. But all of that happened after I started Brands Tech. Like, can you believe that? All that to say, though, is in 2023, I was so excited to kick off my new podcast, Tansen Talks, which is up and running. And then later that year with TV discussions, which are also still ongoing. But the question was, what do I do at Brands Tech now? I already had 2 very distinct iterations. One with reviews, how-tos, and news for you across video, podcast, audio, and even IGTV back then, if you can remember. Video clip, audio, text. And then a whole second iteration where I got to do podcasting. Distinctly different, but yet so distinctly me and distinctly Brands Tech. How do I top that? And the answer is, I don't know, but we'll figure it out together. And that's what this episode's for. This episode's titled Reconnecting, a Brands Tech podcast. There will never be, at least as of right now, another Brands Tech podcast. But I want to use this opportunity to chat with you, the audience, one-on-one. I hadn't done this in such a long time that I've recorded so many countless takes of this episode right here. Every few moments or so, I get a thought of, I should have said that. I should have said this. Does this make any sense? But you won't know unless you try. And I think that's the whole moral of the story. You have to get yourself out there. You have to try new things. You have to make new adventures. Even if you don't know where to start. Never did I think doing that one video in 2016 would get me to where I am today. But now I work in video production. I teach public speaking at the college level. And so many things. All because of that one start. My goal for Bring Back Brands Tech, I want to do research, unboxings, and have fun. those are the free things I want to do, and I want to bring you along with me on the journey. Thank you so much. I look forward to many more episodes of a Brandstat podcast, alongside everything else that comes along the way from now to then. We're going to finish out 2025 strong, and we're going to enter into 2026 confident. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, friends.